Clash Royale.
Welcome back, guys, to the SSL. We just had Patience getting out in first place there. Looks like TY is going to have to try harder to get out of this group a little bit later. We are going to jump into the losers match. It's going to be Patience. No, it's going to be Reality versus Cure in a TVT.
Yeah, Patience is the big loser, though. He has to play against Zest.
Yeah, not the best situation there for sure.
Let's actually look at this map draft really quick because I want to see what these two are thinking. Sejong actually is chosen by Cure, whereas Dust Towers is taken for Reality. Sejong doesn't make it through because he didn't prioritize it first, whereas Dust Towers was first priority, so it comes in as third. So it's blind pick. That's where you see choice. And then the maps kind of get prioritized by the overlap. So Cure's not going to get the Sejong that he wanted, but we are going to have three pretty standard maps here, starting with Frost. So it could be a longer series.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one, though. I mean, both these two players pretty good at TVT. Reality, I'd put him at, maybe a little bit better, but Cure is like a better overall player in my mind. Although today he did not have the best of three there against Patience.
I think it may be related to the fact that he's most likely going for the TVT prep more diligently, Reality, on the other hand, he lost 0-2 to TY, but I feel like he played decently well. He just struggled to deal with TY's drops. And Cure does not play like TY does in TVT. And that's why TY beat him last season of the GSL. But we'll see. I mean, this one, definitely Reality is, I think, not going to be as dominated, and I think he has a much better chance.
That's going to be a close match here. Guys, let's jump into the TVT, Cure versus Reality. But you'll never forget me now. Enemies clawing at my eyes. Here we are on Frost. Very big four-player map up in the top left in the red. From the Jin Air Green Wings, it is Cure.
And up to the top right in blue, his opponent, it is Reality.
Cure getting a bigger cheer here. The Jin Air Green Wings obviously just winning round 3 playoffs, and also the strongest team currently in Pro League for sure. They've made that clear now multiple times.
Wake up! He looked a little bit tired, but popped back awake. Double 2-Rax Reaper. I mean, just 2 Raxes and Reapers.
Yeah,
not double
2-Rax.
2-Rax Reaper. It's like he makes 4 Raxes. I'm like, Morrow, go back. I thought you were tired. So we'll see how this works out.
He's going to get the Lucky Scout, too.
Yeah.
Here we go.
That's actually one of my pet peeves when people don't touch the Watchtower, though.
Yeah. You got to touch the Watchtower.
Who knows what you might find? I mean, we're talking like 0.2 seconds delayed scout, maybe. Like, it's probably less than that.
Yeah, probably like 0.1. It's worth it, for sure.
Anyway, he sees the base. The Watchtower touch doesn't end up being important here. But the first Reaper is almost out. The second one is on its way.
Yeah, and I hope this is not the Forte version of the build where you you make a bunch of units and then you just move command them into the ramp.
That's not good, it turns out.
Yeah, it didn't really work out for him in that one. He still almost won that game.
Yeah, versus Bomber is the one you're talking about, right?
Oh, yeah. We got another Reaper on the way here from Reality, so not going to be going for any add-ons, no Marine. It's going to be that Reaper. And so it's going to be an interesting situation. It's going to be up to Cure to try to group up his Reapers and find the Reapers of Reality and win the trade when he's got more.
So if you ever wonder why I don't like 4-player maps, or someone asks, one of your friends is like, why is Wolf always complaining about 4-player maps? Try show him this VOD. Or you get to see, like, Reality kind of has to hope to be lucky with his scout. He isn't. Has no idea what's coming his way. It's 2 versus 2 now, but it's about to be 4 versus 2.
There's going to be a Hellion out here. And it seems like there is a transition now into Marines for Cure.
Did he not make the 4th Reaper? He only made 3.
Yeah, he only made 3.
And this build is kind of funny because sometimes it looks like it's unbeatable when certain circumstances occur, but most of the time I watch it and go, wow, you just have a late starport. Didn't really accomplish anything. Reapers lose their usefulness over time.
Well, you have a lot of early units, you know, it's some damage, there's potential damage for sure, but not really finding that here in this game. And it is going to be Cloaked Banshees from Reality. It's going to have to see if Cure does take the necessary precautions. Does he go into an eBay or even suspect this kind of play?
Yeah, let's see. This is one of the strengths of, well, I mean, this is one of the advantages you get when you defend this Reaper harass successfully. You just have the faster starport.
Look at that. Nice angling here from Cure.
He wants to deny the scout so bad, but he's not able to.
Sees everything.
This is, counter-wise, one of the advantages of this kind of build. You get the vision, you start a Cyclone and an eBay at home. Now, it looks like Reality is going to mech again. Let's see if Cure can do what TY did and hold this off. This is one of the weaknesses of Reality as a player and why he never gets too deep in these tournaments is he does the same build every time.
Hold that thought. Look at this. Not much on the ground here for Cure, and they're just being all lined up. There's so many Hellions on the ground. It looks like a lot of his army was in the main.
Yeah, but I mean, now he's not microing. This Banshee, though, could do some serious damage. He loses everything here. Cyclone with the scan, and he will save the Banshee.
Oh no, he won't. It just barely goes down.
It looked like it was out of the range there, but it looks like it will go down. But he got 6 SCV kills, but lost all pressure on the map, and now is somewhat vulnerable to what Cure has. And Cure doesn't have a tank. He has Stim, and he has a large Marine count being built up here. This second Banshee should do very little. He doesn't have a Raven, but
sees it immediately. Stim about to finish.
It's not done yet, though.
He's going in very fast. Does get the lock on here with the scan. One more hit, and he goes down once again.
Okay. 2 Banshees killed. That one killed a few Marines, so more damage than I thought it was going to get. It's definitely going to weaken the follow-up push that Cure may decide to go for here. He is going to move across as one time, but this is what's really scary here with Stim being done. The tank is not going to end the game off of this, but the traded units for Reality obviously going to mean he has less for the defense.
Doesn't stick around long enough to kill that Hellion, and now he's got a couple of medevacs here. He can try to do some harass. There's still only Hellions on the ground. I think 1 tank is about to pop out here. He's already got 1. He's going to have a second one in just a bit.
I like this pickup here, just to make sure that the tank can always poke at these Hellions. One of those Hellions very low. The rest of them will never know, unless someone moused over or fires on your computer. Some of them in the yellow. So not going to be easy to push any further than this, but he might be able to go up into the main base. Stim is done. Combat Shield's going to be done soon. Reality just trying to use these Vikings again.
Yeah, I like how he's positioning. He's thinking about this, like, what's the next angle that he's going to come from? It is going to be into the main, and immediately is there. It doesn't mean he's going to be able to easily hold this off, but I like how he's thinking about this and getting his defense down. Cure, with the map control, map presence, is going to be able to take his third base on the low ground, so there will be a small advantage going to him.
Scan goes off, poking forward here. Good positioning on these Vikings. And even though Cure had this small window of opportunity to do some serious damage, Reality set up everything so well that he couldn't. One worrisome thing is the CC that's coming up that Cure has faster. But now that Reality has held this, he can start sending dropships across with Hellbats. Blue Flame is on the way. He's again going for the plating, which affects Marauders and Vikings for control over the air, but also helps tanks on the ground versus the Marauders. The reason why it helps so much versus Marauders is because Marauders attacks are counted as 2 attacks, 2 rockets. So the upgrade gets applied twice. So one of the nerfs to the Marauder in this expansion.
Fun little change.
Yeah.
All the Terran players really happy about that one.
They're not as happy, well, they're not really happy as if you didn't know Brendan was being sarcastic, but also specifically against Ultras.
Yeah.
Is the annoying thing. CC being moved over here.
Yeah, reality's like, no, you can't attack into me. I've got enough tanks now, Hellbat's there for support, and it looks like Kier is really trying to find an angle, but he can't quite get it. And look at this, a Hellbat drop coming into the main. Oh boy. Already a lot of these SCVs getting pretty low, getting 3 kills, still no response. He's going for the attack into the main.
He needs to kill the turret. He might even be able to try to doom drop in here. We see the pickups on the minimap. Nope, backs off. Ooh, this is scary. Reality has Hellbats already loaded up. He's going to go for the chase.
Boosting in the split. Yeah, but there's still so many Hellbats with Blue Flame. And he gets up with the tanks there on the left side, too.
Vikings going to try to chase those medevacs down. Even if he drops the tanks out, he could be in some serious trouble. Great trades here for Reality.
Yeah, really nice maneuver there. Almost slightly baiting him in, you know, to get into that position and then just coming behind him and forcing him a good trade.
Kier had that third base up a little bit longer because he built it there, but now Reality has his landed. Oh man, this is crazy. He nearly lost a few of those tanks. They're going for the flank here. The +1 armor is done for these tanks and these Hellbats.
And the tanks on the ground are not sieged up. They just get obliterated there on the ground.
Looks like Reality is just not looking at this fight at all, although he plans a Viking there, so I'm not really... I guess he was looking after all, but that didn't seem like it with how he was... I'm not sure if I want to say how he was controlling or how he was not controlling those units. But before that moment of overextension, he got some really nice trades. He's not rallied here either. Needs to send those across. Anyway, right now Kier survives. He still has the strong army. It's going to have 1-1 now. But Reality still has the backbone of his army. Is up 10 workers.
Yeah, that's really that's the only difference here in this game, really, in terms of supply, is the worker count is slightly better. He's going to deny a 4th base here. There's still no sign of a 4th base for Reality. He's got a nice little pocket expand here to the left of his main.
Okay, there are turrets here. I was going to say Reality saw this, but he wasn't responding. Looks like the 3 turrets is, in his mind, enough. Maybe he could have trapped the units after they tried to retreat. If he actually did commit to it with the Vikings. So save the Vikings to make sure he can ensure the kill. This Hellbat drop is looking to come in here a little bit later on, probably when Kier moves out.
Yeah, I mean, even 1 turret in the mineral line is not going to do much. Kier is going to be forced to respond to that. And we'll see how he does. It looks like a small group of units going back, although that drop is still not going in. Kier really thinking about going into that main. He could try to snipe some of the turrets from the low ground, use the medevacs for vision, but hasn't committed to it just yet.
Okay, here comes that drop. SCV is evacuating.
Yeah, nice
several killed, but I mean, the lost mining time alone is pretty annoying.
Look at how far those SCVs go, and 1 more hit was kind of close there. A lot of those SCVs in the orange, 1 more hit would have done it.
All right, this is the big move out here for Kier. The turret wall and the vision the barracks gives to the top means that he can't really do what TY did to defeat Reality's comp. So he's looking to just kind of control the middle while he takes that 4th base we were looking for earlier.
And he's not really dropping. He's like trying to come from the side and flank and snipe some units. I really wish he did, you know, was a bit more diligent about sniping some of the turrets at the edge of the base so he could open up that path, because yeah, I remember you said it at the end of that series. You're like, well, whoever has to face against Reality is going to know that you should probably just drop him, and he's going to have some trouble with that when he's playing his mech. So Kier can find the spot. This is not his spot. A bunch of Hellbats going to drop on this army, and everything gets burned up.
Yeah, not even a single unit escapes there. To
Drilling
control
claws.
Who's getting
Reality?
A Reality? Okay. Well, I mean, this is one way you can actually beat armies like this. We've seen it happen in the past, especially versus like your late game PCs. He's just going to attack into this location. Now, there are turrets, but they're not finished. Hellbat's dropping on top right now. And Reality just has so much more with good upgrades for the armor.
Just way too many Hellbats in the front. Even though it looked like he was kind of just A-moving in, it was just enough. You know, Kier didn't have all of his army together. He wasn't able to split against that mass amount of Hellbats. And as you said, worse upgrades, less units, and it looks like Reality moving on here to take game number 1 at least in this best of 3 against Kier. GG.
Wow, we could live in a world where Kier does not get out of this group, man. We're 1 game away from that reality, and I'm not even, no pun intended, but...
yeah, he's looking a little bit shaky today. You know? Not really the Kier that we know, and this is what we've talked about for Kier in the past. He has had some troubles, some small troubles with inconsistency in the past, and I hate to see it come out in a group like this because he was definitely a favorite out of the 4. Definitely that second place spot right behind TY to get out of here based on his form nowadays.
I want to see Kier go to a finals. I just feel like he's so underrated, and maybe he tired of his travel. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's just not playing what he played in China. He's not playing what we saw in the GSL. He's not playing what we saw from him last season. This is not the same level of Kier, but he's not out. He has 1 life left in this losers match, though. And we are going to go into Frozen Temple, a little bit more of a head-to-head map, but I do think that this map is great for Reality's mech style.